Question.
Yes.
If you don't think Will Smith was a good choice, then who do you suggest?
I don't know, but I just think it should have been someone else.
Okay. Oh, I don't think he was the right choice, but I have no idea who would be.
I just don't. Alright, hello guys, and welcome back to Pass and Play.
Yeah, hi everybody.
So, we recently saw Aladdin 2019, the remake, and...
I'm not shorter than Emmy. I'm just kneeling on the ground.
Yeah, I'm in my chair. He's just on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
I am pretty short though.
Compared to me, yes. So, Aladdin was really good.
This is kind of accurate.
Aladdin was really good. Yes. I have bold opinions. I honestly think it was better than the original. I still think the original is pretty good. Like, I really love the original. It's one of my favorite movies. But this remake was so good. It blew it out of the park. There are some critiques I do have though, like to counteract.
Same here. But I agree. It was a really great movie. I don't think it was as good as the original, but that might just be my nostalgia kicking in.
Yeah.
It was actually my favorite Disney movie as a kid. Like, I would watch it with my sisters all the time, and it was always the one we would watch constantly. But this one was like, so it hit me in all the right places. I loved it so much, and I don't know. It was really good. It's not my favorite live action one, which still is Beauty and the Beast.
Yes, I like that too.
It was I feel like Beauty and the Beast did everything right, and I feel like this Aladdin one does all the same stuff. So that's why I'll get more into that in a second. But you wanted to say your critiques?
Yes. So some of y'all are gonna hate me for this, but it must be said.
Don't worry, I'll argue with them on every point.
So,
for your sake.
So, as much as I love Will Smith as an actor, I do not think he was the right choice for the genie. And the reason is, he's a good rapper, but I don't think it should have been in rap. I think it should have been how it was originally. And his acting, I feel like it should have been someone who was like strictly a comedian and not just a singer. Like, it should have focused on the comedy too. Like this felt like a musical, which that's great, but you can have a comedian who can sing, and it should have been someone else. I love him, and like I still thought his new like interpretation of Genie was good, but I don't know. There were just some musical numbers in the movie that I felt like the energy could have been higher. Friend Like Me, I was a little disappointed at, and I
disagree.
I don't know. There were some scenes where I feel like the energy could have been more, or like he could have hit like the notes higher. And I think that was my issue. Is I was expecting it to be similar or a little bit better than Robin Williams, and it was just lesser. Like, it didn't.
Why are you having your expectations like that?
I'm a Disney fanatic. Like,
so am I. I mean,
I don't know. I thought it was gonna be a little bit better.
Question.
Yes.
If you don't think Will Smith was a good choice, then who do you suggest?
I don't know, but I just think it should have been someone else.
Okay. Oh, I don't think he was the right choice, but I have no idea who would be.
I just don't think he was good as Genie. I just acting wise, he was a good Genie. Like, as like in the acting, but with the singing, I don't think his singing was the right choice.
Well, I mean, he's not primarily a singer, and I mean, he does. And was Robin Williams like a singer? I mean, he was.
No, exactly.
But Robin Williams.
But I wanted someone who was
different situation.
I know, but I wanted someone who was more of a comedian and not a singer. I feel like they relied heavily on the singing, and the movie is more than just the songs.
I mean, a lot of it is the songs, though.
I know, but
a lot of the original is the songs.
I know, but
in fact, the most important thing of the original is probably the songs.
I know, but I'm just saying, I don't feel like Will Smith was the right choice. Do I hate Will Smith? God, no, I fucking love him. But for this live action, it should have been someone who was like strictly a comedian. And it just, I don't know.
Are you saying he was not funny?
No, honestly,
really?
he wasn't.
I thought he was hilarious.
There were some scenes that made me chuckle, yes, but I just didn't think he was like, I don't know. I don't know. It didn't feel he didn't feel as funny. Like he had some jokes. There were some jokes in there. It made me chuckle a little bit, but I don't know.
Okay, I hear where you're coming from.
I just don't think he was a good
I'll
choice.
start explaining why you're wrong about everything you said.
Okay.
And, I don't know. I really liked him. I didn't know what to think of it at first. I was like, oh, okay. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it won't. I'll see it. And I was happy. I was happy with what I saw.
Yeah.
Like I said so much in my actual review that maybe he couldn't like live up to Robin Williams,
but no one can.
Yeah, who could? I mean, that's
the thing. Like, I'm not saying.
And the fact that he was willing to try and gave a very good job at it.
Yes.
Like, I think that's worth like
his interpretation of it was
and,
good, like in his own way. But
even you say yourself, you can't think of anyone better.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. I was just disappointed. I wanted more. I'm like, Disney is legit my entire life, and I don't know, I guess I go into every Disney movie with high expectations, especially remakes. That's the thing, you're remaking like a classic, and I don't know.
Well, this is the way I always see with the remakes, because like I've seen pretty much every single one, and I've noticed like things they do that work and things they don't that work, and it's always really come down to what they decide to keep and what they decide to do new.
Yes.
And because I can think of two drastic examples going both ways. One being Cinderella, because no one even thinks of that movie because it was so boring and forgettable. And the reason I feel that way, and I think most people feel that way, is because it was too accurate to the original tale. Like, it felt too much like Cinderella.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the housemaid who is mistreated by her step-parent and like stepsisters and becomes a princess by dancing at the ball and because of a fairy godmother and yada yada bippity boppity boo. And like it wasn't bad. It's not a bad movie by any stretch, but it's a tale that doesn't work in this day and age. It doesn't. It's too old-fashioned. It's like, it's all about like, you know, a girl pretty much just getting everything she wants in the end because she's a good person. That's it. And like, you know, in this day and age of like women's equality and like women's progressivism is that
progressive?
I guess.
Like progression.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like,
I'm illiterate.
To be more empowered and
female
that
yes.
kind of story doesn't really work these days. Which is why it just didn't seem to hold up. And meanwhile, on the other end of the spectrum, you've got a movie like Maleficent, which changes the story. It's also a classic tale, like one of those older ones, yet it changes the story up so much that you can barely recognize it anymore. like completely taking one of the most iconic Disney villains and like just completely changing their motivation and their story.
Yeah.
Just to make them more sympathetic, which wasn't wrong. And the movie had this like huge women empowerment message. Like the fact that, like, spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen the movie, but it's pretty old now. Like, she ends up being the one that kisses Sleeping Beauty awake with true love's kiss, because like you can't meet a guy and fall in love immediately or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, and don't get me wrong, I love messages like that. I think it's important. I respect women, and I think it's important that they are respected in society and all that stuff. And I love seeing those messages in movies when they're a bit more subtle, like when it's like in your face all the time and being like, yeah, fuck men, and like, don't fuck men. I mean, like screw men, like the idea of like that. I don't know. I'm just mumbling.
Well, because like
but
female empowerment isn't just saying like like screw men. It's
Yeah.
It's
course,
it's
that's
just
what-
saying that like women and everyone regardless of gender should be equal.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yes.
Thank you for
Yes.
saving me there.
Don't worry, I am an
I
am an ally and an advocate for equal rights,
Yes.
especially women's rights and human rights. So I got you.
I know this is a touchy subject for me to jump on, being the most
cis straight guy.
yes, and but like, I'm very opinionated about it, and I feel like I'm not like a sexist or like
Oh, God, no.
or like a cruel, like I don't think my opinion. I don't want to say I don't think my opinion is wrong. I respect other people's opinions and take it
Yes.
in and like analyze and readjust my own through that. But like I feel like I have a pretty good idea of how I feel about this, and I don't feel like wrong about it. But my point is, and Maleficent was just so much of that, so much of just like in your face about it, that it kind of takes away from the movie a bit. But my point is that you can't even tell it's Sleeping Beauty anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
it felt like a whole different story.
Oh yeah.
Because
in a way,
that's the whole thing. Like
kinda
it
what they
was
are.
it was about Maleficent's story. It was like not a new story. It kind of actually was. It was a new story based on like the opposite side of things, which I thought was good. But
And don't get me wrong, I actually really like Maleficent. I rewatch it a lot. I think it's a really good movie. I enjoy it a lot, and it did better than Cinderella. I'll give you that. I'll give you that much. Although they're making a second one,
yes, they're
which
making a
I
second one.
disapprove of. I mean, like I've seen the trailers of it, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why make a second one? You don't need a second one. The first one was fine. But,
Disney just needs to get all that money.
yeah.
Am I right, Disney?
And that's why I think Beauty and the Beast was possibly their best live action one.
Yes, 100%. That was the best.
It kept a lot of the original story while
Because
adding
it
new
was
spins on things. And like, it was interesting, it was engaging, it was fun, and that's pretty much exactly what Aladdin did. It like kept most of the original story while also throwing in new spins.
Yeah. Well, because like Beauty and the Beast, I believe. Don't fact check me on this because I'm pretty sure it's not 100%, but I'm pretty sure the script for the live action Beauty and the Beast was almost the exact same script as the original. Obviously, they added some stuff, they changed some stuff around, but for the most part, it was the same skeleton.
I mean, isn't that like generally how like you do with a remake? Like you take what you got originally and then
Yes.
just work off of that,
Yeah, but I mean, like
like a mold.
Yes, but they were like, what I was meaning by that is like some lines were exactly the same as the animated. Like some scenes and lines were exactly the same,
I didn't
which
do
I
lines,
thought
though.
was good. Well, yes, no, I'm
You
saying.
thought that was good. I
thought-
thought you were talking against.
No. I thought it was good. Like there was one scene where like, and someone did like a side by side comparison of the live action and the animation, and it was the same timing, same line, same scene, same everything. And I'm like, this is what you should be doing for a live action remake. It should be the same, but with new added content, a new part of the story. Like the dialogue was different. We had Lufu being canonically gay. We had that being shown. Like we had all this stuff that was like added in, but the same skeleton. And that's what Aladdin did. It was the same outline, and there were a lot of similar stuff, but it also changed and adapted to a modern way, such as the feminist aspect of it, with Jasmine being
I thought that was really
spoiler, with Jasmine being the
I
Sultan.
mean, I figured we were gonna get into spoilers at some point.
With Jasmine being the Sultan, it's like holy shit, like
I thought that was awesome and a really nice touch.
yeah, it showed that she didn't need Aladdin to break that wall. The dad was like, all right, no, fuck the wall. You can be the Sultan. You don't need a man.
I love that scene in the end, like where a genie's like, okay, we'll make this work. Like, okay, we don't have to go the prince angle anymore. We'll just get rid of the law completely.
Yes, I love that.
And like Aladdin's like, oh yeah, we can do that. Yeah, and he's just like, okay, oh, she's free.
He's like, all right, you're free. And he goes like, oh. I also love
that started to make me tear up. Like that scene. I love that scene in the original and in this.
that
one.
part. That part I got emotional at. I also liked how in the beginning it started with like we saw this family on a boat, and then towards the end it tells us who that family was. It was like that was Genie.
I predicted that
thought,
like a minute before it
Well,
it became obvious.
When I saw that was Will Smith in the game, like, all right, is that Genie? Is this his family? So I knew that was going to happen.
Well,
but then they like showed like who exactly it was.
I also like that they went with the storyteller angle again because that was like, that was the original. The peddler was telling the story, and the peddler was supposed to be the genie. It was supposed to be revealed in the original that the peddler was the genie, because it's also voiced by Robin Williams, and he looks like the genie.
That's like Robin Williams. He voiced a lot of people.
Like, he wears blue, and he has the lamp and all this stuff.
Oh my god!
Yeah. So like,
I had no idea.
Oh yeah, a lot of people don't. When I first heard about that, I was like, "Whoa, that's really awesome!" Cool. But they cut it out at the last minute for some reason. I don't know why.
But basically, I want to try to wrap things up because it is getting a little bit long in the video.
I just make this a long review. Yeah,
but like I know I said like Will Smith wasn't the right choice, and that opinion will most likely change once I watch it again. Because I think I need to see it going in without the nostalgia and just treat it like a brand new movie. I should have done that in the first place, but even though I think that, I still think this was a really good movie. Hearing like the same the same notes of the music and everything, and just seeing how beautiful it was as like live action, it was so beautiful to watch, and the songs were amazing. And I love like the modern pop, like I guess remake of the songs, and it just, I don't know, I really liked it. I thought it was beautiful to watch. I want to see it again. It's stunning. Like the graphics is stunning. Graphics are stunning.
I thought I was like jazzed about it when I first watched it, and I thought, okay, maybe once this wears off, I'm probably gonna be like, yeah, it was a good movie. But it's been a couple of days, and I'm still like, that movie was great.
It was really good.
It was really great.
I honestly loved it a lot.
And like, because I also was able to watch the Broadway musical, Aladdin.
Yes, I think we saw it the
sure
same
we
time
together. Yeah, and like I was super jazzed about the Broadway musical. I was so hyped about it. I was so excited. I was like watching the first act, so like invested and so interested. And then by the second act, I was like, I don't care anymore. This is boring. And like, because it had no substance. Like the musical had no substance. It was like all like glitz and glamour and flash.
Yeah.
And, like it tried to rely on that. And this new one, like it felt like a musical, which is ironic because I loved everything about it.
Yeah, this one should have been the musical version. Yeah. I agree with the musical. I think, it was pretty to watch. It was stunning, but like it didn't, like the Broadway version of Aladdin doesn't really feel like Aladdin, like especially because they cut Abu and they give him these friends, and it's like
his weird thief friends.
Yeah, he gives them
Don't they have a musical number?
Yeah, they have a musical number together, and I'm like, it's just, like the songs are good. I love "Proud of Your Boy." That is my favorite song from the musical. Probably my only favorite from that one.
I liked the redux of Street Rat.
Yes, I love that.
I didn't expect that, and because I love Street Rat. Yes. Like when he's just singing in his house alone, and like and then later in the movie they bring it back and. Like with new lines and
I love
really
that
nice.
part. So like
Jasmine's song.
Oh my god, yes.
Probably the best new song in the whole movie. Yeah.
That's the thing. This movie basically takes Aladdin but says, all right, this is modern times. We're gonna have a feminist aspect of it, and gave Jasmine like more screen time. Like we got more character development from Jasmine,
and that wasn't like the main focus, which is what I was happy about. Like it was there, and it was very powerful. Yeah. Because it wasn't like in your face about it, and like
it was subtle, but it was still powerful.
Yes,
like that song
that's what
is
I think,
so beautiful.
That's what I believe hits more.
Yes, when it's not, when it's in your, when stuff is in your face, it's like
it makes people shut down.
Yeah, it's like the audience will not want to watch.
Yeah,
like that's why I think with LGBT representation in media, it doesn't need to be rainbow, this. Like we need just to be like, oh yeah, I have a friend, he's gay. It's like, okay, cool. What's for dinner? It's like we don't need.
You gotta normalize it.
Yeah, we don't need the flash and all this stuff. We need subtle representation that makes it like
it feel like it just belongs.
Yes, make it feel like it's everyday like conversation. Like, oh, okay, sky's blue, he's gay. Okay, like it's like it needs to be subtle because that will be. I can't think of the words. Like it'll be more impactful to the audience if it's like, all right,
it hits home more.
If like if you acknowledge something, and then just keep going and treat it like it's normal, it will normalize it, and then it won't be such like a, oh my
Yeah,
god, this Jasmine wants to be in control.
Like the LeFou's gay thing.
Yeah, LeFou.
That was
like,
just subtle. It was
that
so
was subtle. And the whole thing was, it was just like him like dancing with a man and smiling. It's like, oh my god, he's gay. Like that.
Yeah,
like,
oh yeah, like it was almost too subtle.
yeah,
Actually,
it was really, it was subtle where it's like, oh,
You barely
I
notice
guess.
it.
Like that, like that's the thing. Their representation, not even just of gay, but like of other things. Like it needs to be. You cannot, like, for example, Voltron, which I fucking hate now.
Never saw it. Don't really care.
When you tell your audience about a character, like, oh, this character is going to come out as gay, but then you don't explicitly say the words or even mention it on screen and just expect your audience to know this, that's not representation. It needs to be explicit, because if you just say, oh, this character is gay, but then you don't see them interact with someone of the like, if you don't see them being gay on screen, like holding like a guy holding another guy's hand or kissing,
Yeah,
like
if it's behind the scenes.
if it's behind the scenes, it doesn't count. And then that's like, you can't just expect the audience to be like, oh, that's right. It's like, we don't have 10 million brain cells. We're not gonna get that. Like, it needs to be explicit. Like, representation needs to be explicit or it doesn't count.
Yeah, it's all a fine line. It really is. And I don't blame like artists or animators or actors or directors or writers or any like people involved if they can't hit that line, because it's a very hard balance to accomplish.
Yes, but like I do think like writers who like will be like, oh well, you're gonna see this, but then we don't. It's like you just queer baited or you just lied to your audience. It's like you did nothing. And I love how in this with Jasmine, it was explicit that she, like, it was all about female empowerment and her saying, no, I'm taking charge. I want to be the Sultan. It doesn't need to be a man. And I think that was,
I'm just
awesome.
Hearing the song in my head.
Yes. But we're going to wrap things up pretty soon because it is going to be a long video. Might split this up into 2 videos. I don't know. Might just keep it how it is.
But it's that bad.
I'll probably just keep it as it is.
Review. I mean,
but
20 minutes.
Yeah,
that's not a lot.
But Aladdin, like, long story short, to wrap things up, 2019 version of Aladdin live action is so good.
So good.
I think it's good. I need to watch it again so like I can like
see it again. Probably not going to go to the theater to see it again.
Yeah,
but,
I'll probably
when it comes out, I'm sure.
Because I want my opinions to change. I want to like watch it again. Because that's the thing. I will watch something once and get opinions on it, but then I'll go watch it again, and my opinion will be completely different.
Well, it's because you know what's going to happen.
Yes.
So like you're able to like analyze things that are happening right in front of you all the more.
Yes. So final thoughts on. I gave my final thoughts. So what are your final thoughts on Aladdin?
Oh, I mean, I thought I already said them pretty much, but like,
I guess we did.
Like,
pretty much, it's really good.
Yeah, it was a fantastic movie that like kept the story I loved. No, like, bit of a spoiler for the final climax, but no giant snake Jafar.
Yes,
which is one of the huge problems I had with the musical, because the whole climax was just like in a few seconds and so boring and not interesting. Because one of my favorite things from the original was the fight where he's like making all these puns.
Yeah.
Like things are unraveling fast, aren't they? And he like unravels the carpet and like, stop monkeying around, and he turns Abu into a toy. like I love that. It's cheesy and it was funny and like they don't have that in this new one, but they have a pretty epic fight and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
it's really good. Please go see if you haven't seen it already.
Definitely
and if you want to wait until it comes out, that's fine. But please go support this and watch this. It's really good. Yeah. And Lion King's coming up, so we'll probably have another discussion on Lion King live action. But that is all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around this long. If you did stick around this long, thank you so much. And we will see you guys in the next video. So signing off, this is Certified Weeboo.
I'm Melomaniac.
And we'll see you guys later.
Bye.